How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Just the Buddies podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
And today we're doing a podcast.
Woo!
If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. The like button is the one that looks like this, okay? If anybody's confused, it looks like this, the thumb going up.
Right.
That's the one we prefer you click.
Right, with the thumb pointing up.
Right.
Not the one pointing down.
Now, people don't like to be told what to do, so I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying.
Highly suggested.
No, we don't even suggest it.
Oh.
We'll just say this. We'll just say this. You know, I heard when you hit the thumbs up, you'll have like happiness.
Yep.
You'll have improved love with your significant other. They'll bring you food or something. I don't know. Something good will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe you want a dog. All of a sudden, a stray dog may walk into your house if you hit the like button. So hit the like button if you want a golden retriever to walk in your house.
Yes. And December just started, so let us know what you want for Christmas.
If you hit the like button, Santa will be happy. Also, comment what you want us to talk about next week. As you guys are going to see throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week, and we're talking about it this week. So without further ado, let's get into the podcast.
Woo!
So starting off, okay, so last week, a couple weeks ago, there was this young couple. I don't know if you saw this, but a young couple moved into this house. They bought a house, huge house. It's like medieval, very old, but castle-like.
Oh.
So castle-like houses obviously seem to have hidden rooms that you may have not have known about, right?
Right.
So this couple buys this house. Apparently the house is 130 years old.
Okay.
And one day they just moved into the house a couple weeks ago. They just bought it, right? So they move in, they got all their stuff in. All of a sudden this letter comes through. They pull the letter out of the mailbox and she's looking at the letter, and on the letter all it says is purchaser.
Purchaser.
Yeah, so since she's the purchaser of the house.
Right.
But so they're like, what? That's such a weird letter. Who sends a letter that just with the word purchaser on it?
No name or anything, just purchaser?
No, just the name, purchaser, and the address.
Weird.
So she opens up this letter, and it's the previous owner of the house.
Ooh.
She opens up the letter, right? And it says, "Let me introduce myself. I am the last surviving member of the Madison family who once owned the house, and I grew up in it." And it says, "I would like to tell you all about the secret rooms and a few things you may not have been told when you bought the house."
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so they're going to tell them all the secrets to the house in this letter?
Yeah. So they open it up. They start going through, right? And there's one room in the house where there's a mirror, right?
Okay.
And they look at the mirror because they're reading the letter, and it says, "Go to this one mirror."
Yeah.
The husband starts pushing up on the mirror, and all of a sudden it opens. And it's a
What?
special compartment for drinks and stuff.
So it's like a secret wine cellar.
Yeah. And then they go into another room, and basically in this other room, it's a pretty normal bedroom.
Uh-huh.
But they notice there's this weird shaped box connected to the ground, and they always were wondering what it is. And in the letter it says that it's a music box.
What?
So all of a sudden they open up this box and they remove certain things and they start cranking it, and it starts playing music. But
Okay.
it's really eerie, kind of
It's
weird.
gonna give me goosebumps, man. This is all written in the letter. It's like giving them instructions to their house.
Yeah, it is. So then and then in the letter, the other thing was, it says here about a secret room upstairs, right?
Uh-huh.
So obviously when you buy a house, when you go on Zillow, it tells you it's a 3-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, or whatever it is.
Right,
It's
right.
disclosed. So what's really weird is how can you have a secret bedroom in the realtor didn't tell them?
Yeah.
So they go up and they look through this, try to find the secret room, and they open it up and they find that it's a secret bathroom.
Oh, secret bathroom.
So my question is, why would anybody have a secret bathroom? Why
Right.
would you need that?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like there was a person living.
It's
within the secret parts of the house.
right. And that's what brings up the whole question of it's like The Watcher, that for everyone who doesn't know, the show Watcher on Netflix
my gosh.
is based on a true story about someone that was sending letters to this family, right?
Right.
But you don't know who's sending the letters.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That case is crazy.
Yeah. So what this whole people are commenting on this person's post is well, it's like The Watcher, who's sending these letters? Well, okay, it's different, right? Because the family member disclosed I'm the last surviving member of the
Right.
family that used to live in the house.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of weird. You would think you would get the person's name who you sold the house to.
Right.
You know?
And who knows if there's any more secrets in that house? Why would you have all that?
Yeah.
That's really weird things to have. A secret bathroom? That's weird.
It's weird too because you would think when you buy the house and you're fixing it up, you would notice that there's pipelines and plumbing systems that would go to that secret bathroom.
Right.
You know, how did you not know that?
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
comment if you guys have ever had a suspicion of someone living in your house, or maybe that there's a secret compartment in your house that you just don't know. And
Yeah.
it was, you know, who knows?
That's-
Maybe you have it.
Honestly, one of my biggest fears.
But if you do have it, like, let us know. I want to read about that.
yeah.
Because I always fear that somebody could be living in our house, or somebody could be like in the past that like someone built certain compartments in the house that we don't know about.
Yeah. Oh my, I hate thinking about that. Okay, so moving on, I think we're going to come back to the segment of versus.
Versus, where we're gonna see who wins and who loses.
Yes, so this week, it's DC versus Marvel.
I feel like this is a highly requested one. I feel like people, I mean, for me,
Yeah.
I would always want to know the whole like, because when you really look at DC and Marvel, right, you look at the DC characters, there's some really overpowered DC characters, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
so-
come on, they have Superman.
yeah, how are you supposed to beat that?
Yeah.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
That's how you beat it.
Yeah. Iron Man versus Batman.
Iron Man versus Batman. Let's just go through the similarities. Both billionaires, both smart,
Yes.
both businessmen, both are tough.
Both do not have powers,
True. That is true.
right?
Both rely on, well, I got to do this. I got to say this, right? Without technology, you strip their technology away, and it's a fist fight. Batman will win.
Right.
Will kick Tony Stark's butt.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would give it to Batman.
Yeah.
But if you let technology come into play,
Mm-hmm.
if Tony Stark knows he's going to fight Batman,
Yeah.
he's going to think of a way to outsmart Batman.
That is true, but so would Batman. Batman would do the same though.
I guess.
It's really hard. This one's really hard because it's always like Tony Stark always learns from his mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And he creates things to prevent those mistakes from happening again, right? But I feel like Batman, like, already eliminates every mistake possible. I don't know. It's just like this weird thing. Like, obviously, I love Iron Man. Like, I don't know.
Right. I think, let's just go this standpoint. If they have no technology and all they have to rely on is their fighting ability, it
Yeah.
goes to Batman.
Right.
But let's play this game. I think you let technology be involved. I think you give it to Tony Stark.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good way to settle that.
We'll settle it. Like, we'll just say, like, you know, both can win.
Yeah. Comment who you think would win that one.
Yeah, let us know.
That's
I mean,
a hard
I think
one.
it is a toss-up.
The Flash
Okay.
or Quicksilver?
What? Okay, we're talking MCU version of Quicksilver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Movie version.
Movie version.
If we're going movie version, I think Flash wins.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
We also haven't really seen much Quicksilver. We've seen a good amount,
Yeah.
right? But I think we've seen more Flash.
Yeah, I don't think Flash would die by getting shot. That's just me, though. Flash is way faster, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Hulk versus Superman.
Hulk versus Superman. That's easy. Superman.
Yeah.
We saw what happened when he fought Thanos.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty sure Superman could rip Thanos' head off.
Okay, Batman versus Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine.
Yeah. The only way to kill him is to decapitate him.
Adamantium. If Batman has an adamantium sword, slices off Wolverine's head, then Batman wins. But I just feel like Wolverine is his brute strength,
Yeah.
claws of adamantium,
Regenerates.
What are you going to do, Batman?
Yeah. Really nothing.
You can't get close to him. You can't get close to Wolverine because he'll shred you up. Like, no matter how good your gear is.
I don't even think you can get within 50 yards of him because he can just jump at you.
Yeah, he could lunge.
Yeah.
No good for Batman.
Okay, Iron Man or Cyborg?
Iron Man or Cyborg? Iron Man. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think Iron Man.
Okay, to be fair though, if we're talking about the DCEU version of Cyborg, he kind of has the ability to kind of have like the nanotech, right? He has that.
Yeah.
Because technically he can create things on the spot.
Mhm.
I do feel like it's Tony Stark though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Comment if you guys feel that Cyborg's better, but I think in that fight, I do feel that Tony Stark would win.
Right. Okay, Bucky Barnes versus Robin.
Bucky Barnes versus Robin. Are we talking like Teen Titans Robin? Are we talking like old Robin? Are we talking about like the Gotham Knights Robin? Like which one?
I mean, I guess Teen Titans would be probably the safe way to go because that's the show, right?
I would say Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
Bucky Barnes.
Super Soldier Serum. I mean, vibranium arm.
He lost it.
That's true.
We'll talk about that later. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Okay, Loki versus the Joker.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
matchup. Both are tricksters.
Mm-hmm.
One has magic, the other one doesn't.
The other one has psychoness.
I do feel Loki should win.
I would think so too. Just because he has like the whole magic side of himself.
Yeah. I mean, if he can like project himself as like a fake,
Right.
version, and
Oh,
then he
that's
comes
true.
around
Yeah.
and kills him. I think, yeah, Loki should win.
Okay, Deadpool
Okay.
versus Superman.
Deadpool versus Superman.
Yeah.
You're really like, you're really asking that one, huh?
Yeah. I feel like this one's kind of hard though. It's a lot harder than Superman versus Hulk.
How so?
I mean, look at Deadpool. We've seen him like pretty much die, and he hasn't died.
Okay. So,
Like he got decapitated,
yeah.
didn't die.
But what happens if someone smashes his brains apart? Like, shoots that, laser beam right at his head, blows up his head. Then what?
Okay, that's true. I'm just like I really want Deadpool to win one.
Like, let us know. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you feel like Superman would lose to Deadpool? I just feel like one laser beam to the head would.
No, you're right. Okay, realistically, right? Superman would win. I think I'm just like we're like such Deadpool fans that we want Deadpool to win, but realistically, he probably
you
wouldn't.
want Deadpool to win.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I want Deadpool to win.
Because if I wanted Deadpool, I would have said Deadpool.
Right. But you're being realistic,
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to be realistic.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on from superheroes, okay?
Okay.
We're going to go fast food now.
Ooh, fast food.
So we got to start off Taco Bell versus Del Taco.
Ooh,
I know my answer.
Taco Bell.
That was my answer too.
Okay, I do have to say this though. You guys can argue with me on this, but Taco Bell tacos, if we're just talking about tacos, we're not talking about like the, cheesy gordita crunch and stuff like that.
Right.
If we're just talking about one hard shell taco, I feel like Del Taco has a better taco.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? They do have good tacos, but I think Taco Bell has an overall better menu.
Sure. I agree with that.
Right. But just taco, like you said,
Yeah.
I think Del Taco takes it.
I think Del Taco has like the best fast food like taco, hard shell taco.
Yeah.
Just the standard taco. We're talking like lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, and sour cream. You know what I mean? Ground
Yeah.
beef. We're just talking like that.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good answer.
Let us know. I mean, is that crazy or not? Like, do you
No.
guys feel that Del
I don't
Taco's
think that's
better?
crazy. I don't think that's crazy.
Okay.
KFC or Popeyes?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say Popeyes. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's go. I think KFC's better, just because
Oh.
of like the original. It's like the
Mhm.
place. But let's just put that aside. Talk about food quality. I think Popeyes wins.
Yeah.
I think I'm more satisfied after I eat Popeyes.
Mhm.
The crunch, the overall experience with the sides,
Yeah.
even like the biscuits are pretty good.
Right. Okay, in my opinion, I think KFC has better sides,
Yeah,
but Popeyes has better chicken.
true. And I feel like Popeyes chicken sandwiches are way better than any kind of like special sandwich that KFC has.
Yeah, very true. I mean, you gotta give the sandwiches to Popeyes for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Remember the lines? I don't know if anybody out there remembers this, but when Popeyes dropped their chicken sandwich, there was lines going out the door. Like it was
Yeah.
hard to get one. They would sell out.
Right. There was a time they sold out for months.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have it come back until a few months.
What I wonder is how they didn't prepare for the whole craze behind the sandwich.
I know. It was really weird.
Yeah.
It was almost like a marketing scheme, right? We're going to bring something really that we know is really good, but then we're going to take it away a little bit and then bring it back like a month later.
And now there's no more lines.
Nope. Now it's just gone.
Good job.
Okay. Dunkin' Donuts. We're talking about donuts
Donuts only.
versus Krispy Kreme.
I mean, I feel like this is pretty easy.
I think so too.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. I would say the same thing, but I feel like a lot of people might argue that.
Okay, I feel like if you're watching this right now and you are listening to this, if you're on the East Coast, you're probably going to go with Dunkin'. And if you're on the West Coast, you're probably going to go with Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like Krispy Kreme is more of a West Coast thing.
Yeah. But if I had to choose, like you gave me a box of Krispy Kreme original glazed donuts or a box of Dunkin' Donuts glazed donuts, I'm going to go with
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme. 100%.
100%.
100% of the time.
It's so crazy how good Krispy Kreme is.
No, I know.
Honestly.
It is.
Like, it's so different. Like, the texture, it's more airy, right? It's not the cakey, like,
Yeah.
you know?
I almost don't even categorize it as a donut. I almost feel like Krispy Kreme glazed original is like its own type of dessert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's nothing like it.
No, and no one could replicate it. Like Dunkin' doesn't have a donut that can even touch the original glazed.
Yeah.
So Krispy Kreme, you won.
You won. Okay. Pizza Hut versus Domino's.
Ooh. Okay, I don't know why this happens. This is what I'll say. I don't know if anybody else there experiences this. Domino's faster delivery. You'll get your pizza about 15 to 20 minutes faster when you order it.
Okay.
Pizza Hut will take longer, but Pizza Hut is better quality pizza.
Yeah.
There's something about the crust. The crust has a little like sweetness to it. I don't know how to describe
Their
it.
crust is good. Yeah. I think Pizza Hut takes it, in my opinion.
Now,
I really like Pizza Hut.
yeah, but if we're talking thin crust slices, I give it to Domino's.
Yes.
In that aspect. But if we're talking about original pan pizza, I'm going to go with Pizza Hut. But if you want speed and you want it faster, go with Domino's. I think Domino's will deliver way faster than Pizza Hut.
Domino's does have really good thin crust.
The square pieces?
Yes, like the square, like the one where like some of the pieces are like cut weird, right?
Yeah.
Those are really good. But overall, like just like you said, pan fried or pan made is definitely Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Especially because they have stuffed cheese crust.
Let us know. Comment if you're Team Pizza Hut or Team Domino's. And if you guys understand what I'm saying. If you guys understand that Domino's delivers faster, let us know. Because I just wonder if it's like an LA thing.
Yeah.
That Domino's just delivers faster in LA. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But
maybe it's the other way, like somewhere else.
yeah. But I'm telling you, I do feel Domino's. If you're in LA, you know what I mean.
Okay, McDonald's versus Burger King.
Okay. That's easy. This is the easy one.
A lot of people would disagree. I know what you're going to say, but a lot of people are going to disagree with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Burger King.
What?
I'm joking. I just said that because you. I'm going McDonald's.
Yeah, I would go McDonald's too. But that's because growing up, we went to McDonald's way more than we did Burger King.
There's also way more McDonald's locations around us than there is Burger Kings. I think there's only like one Burger King around us.
Right. And honestly, I would take a Big Mac over a Whopper.
Yeah.
But I do really like chicken fries.
I don't.
You don't?
I hate chicken fries.
Really?
Does that not bother you?
Okay, no. I know. Okay. I know it bothers some people because, right, it's obviously like processed meat and they form it into a stick.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to think about it. McDonald's does that, but they just turn it into a nugget.
True. But there's something about the nugget that looks more close to what I'm used to eating when I eat chicken. Right? You're telling me that they fry a piece of chicken in a shape of a stick.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
The chicken nugget, right? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I get the same process.
Right.
But the fact that it looks like a piece of chicken that you could get at a restaurant.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah, I think you're right on that. But for me, personally, I do enjoy chicken fries.
All right. Well, if you guys like chicken fries, let us know. But for me, it'll take a lot. If this video gets 3,000 likes, I will go eat chicken fries. But I'm telling you right now, it'll be the funniest thing you guys see because I cannot do it.
Well, didn't Burger King also do like the mac and Cheetos? Was that Burger King?
Mac and Cheetos. What does that look like?
So it was like fried mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Right, deep fried mac and cheese, but they deep fried in like Cheeto dust.
Wait, that wasn't them, was it?
Really? Was it?
I vaguely remember someone doing that.
Yeah.
But why do I feel like it was like a Sonic's kind of thing?
Oh, it could have been, but
I could be wrong.
I thought it was Burger King.
Maybe you're right. Have you guys had that? Let us know if that was like, is that a thing? Are we crazy?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I also remember Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut did this thing. I think it was Pizza Hut. It was like big Cheez-Its.
Yes.
And it was pizza though. It was like pizza filled big Cheez-Its.
I just remember Dave Portnoy. You know, everyone knows Dave Portnoy as like not only as the president of Barstool, but he also does pizza reviews.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He did a pizza review of the Cheez-It pizza, and he said it was absolutely horrible.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was really bad. I really wanted to try it though.
I know. They should bring that back. Pizza Hut, bring that back.
Cheez-It pizza.
And thank you for watching Versus.
Well, speaking of verses, all right, we got to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. If you guys didn't get to see it yet, I would probably skip ahead of the podcast just because I don't want to spoil it for you. But it was very heartwarming. It's going to become a Christmas classic. I mean, I could see this being rewatched over and over every year.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was amazing. The whole cast. But you know what I feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special did? Was it showed a different side of Peter Quill. Like you could kind of see how he's really coming into and maturing into this really good leader that it was amazing that they utilized the holiday special to show that.
Right.
Because even though he was like sad about Gamora, you see how he's trying to take care of all his people. Like he's trying to become a leader and even how he handles when he receives the gift of Kevin Bacon. Like he's like, guys, what are you doing? Like, how can you do that? Like you can't like capture someone. You got to send him back. What's interesting about this whole story was that we learned that Yondu gave him his blasters. And Yondu, it was a Christmas gift that Yondu gave to Chris Pratt, Peter Quill.
Yeah.
And another thing, there was a theory that we talked about a long time ago, was that Mantis is actually the sister of Peter Quill, because Ego, the father of Peter Quill, obviously tried to populate with many different people.
Right.
And in there, you see Mantis, right, on the family tree.
Yeah.
So we learned that the ultimate gift that Mantis gives to Peter Quill is that she reveals that we're brother and sister, which is like, it was really cool to see, like, not only do they confirm a theory, but it makes the relationship so much stronger.
Right. And Mantis was kind of always pushed to the side in the movies, and it's nice to have her, like...
Yes, I do feel Mantis throughout the holiday special she really stole the show.
Yeah.
It was a really good moment for Mantis.
Yeah.
But I will have to say this, one thing that we're going to talk about a lot now is that Rocket Raccoon is given a gift by Nebula. And in this gift, it's Bucky's arm, the vibranium arm. And everyone's like, okay, so how did he get the arm? Like, is Bucky just armless now? Only has one arm? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people were talking about this on Twitter. People were like upset, like, James Gunn, please explain, how does Bucky lose his arm?
Yeah.
And he went on Twitter and he actually addressed it. And he said, the whole story is, at some point during Christmas, Nebula went to Earth, ripped off the vibranium arm from Bucky, and gave it to Rocket. So it's canon that Nebula went to Earth. It's actually Bucky's arm. It's not a variant of him. It's actually him. Stole the arm and gave it to Rocket. As we know, Rocket had really wanted Bucky's arm, as we saw in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And now he has it.
Oh my god.
But what's amazing is, I wonder how they're going to explain that, right? Like, Bucky losing his arm to Nebula.
Yeah.
And next time we see Bucky, he's either not going to have the vibranium arm.
Right.
He's going to have just a replacement, or he's going to have a totally new gear setup.
Yeah. I didn't know James Gunn said that.
Yeah, it just happened like a couple days ago. Because people are like, what are you doing? Like, how is this happening? Like, how are you going to explain that? And James Gunn in the tweet, he says, like, this is canon. Sorry, this is canon now. So guys, that's the truth.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder what that means for Bucky.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do feel like Marvel really is about selling toys, like selling merchandise, right? And if you look at the Bucky toy, the last couple from, Infinity War, even Civil War, right? You look at, Infinity War to now, Falcon and Winter Soldier. The toys kind of look the same. All of that, the variations are kind of like a haircut.
Yeah.
Right? So it'd be really interesting to see that. They probably want to do something where the arm is new, some kind of new tech, right? Maybe some nanotech or something.
Ooh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, Bucky with some nanotech, like just like Tony Stark launchers and stuff. That'd be sick. Okay, moving on. We know that Deadpool 3 is coming out. And if you guys didn't see my TikTok, I told you about the Deadpool theory, about how Miss Minutes tweeted at Deadpool on Twitter saying, like, hey, Deadpool, like, how you doing? And the shocked the world, right? Everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
Miss Minutes?
Right.
And then Ryan Reynolds responds like, hey, Miss Minutes. And then Tara Strong, the voice actress who plays Miss Minutes, like, says like, hey, y'all. And then it's like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is going on with these people? Confirming that basically that I think the Deadpool will be using the TVA, as we know that Mobius is rumored to be in Deadpool 3. And if Mobius is in Deadpool 3, Miss Minutes is tweeting at Deadpool. These are all connected to that the TVA is going to play a big part in Deadpool 3.
Right. And that's probably, like what you said, that's probably the way they're going to put him in the MCU.
Yeah, because otherwise, it's going to be tough to really explain it.
Yeah.
You give Deadpool the TVA, it makes the most sense. It's the cleanest way to do it. It will explain how he can travel to different dimensions, different multiverses, wherever he wants to go. He could just use the TVA.
Right. Oh, man. I keep saying this, but Deadpool 3 is going to change the game.
It is.
I think. It's really going to change everything.
But what I wonder now is if the TVA, right, which we kind of talked about earlier, is that the TVA will maybe be used not only for, like, this situation with Deadpool, right? We're talking, like, this could become the thing how they bring in Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously Doctor Strange isn't going to make a mistake again and let people come over, right?
Yeah. But
So
the TVA is supposed to be the place where they're trying to fix the mistakes.
Right.
So obviously they could go out and get people.
So what I think is going to happen in Loki season 2, we're going to see how Mobius and Loki will work together, and they realize they have to stop Kang.
Uh-huh.
And Mobius is like, okay, guys, I think I know how to do this. We need to get all the supers from all the different dimensions because I know some of them.
Uh-huh.
And he uses the TVA to help, the
Yeah.
main core superheroes defeat Kang.
Oof. This is going to be crazy, man.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be really good.
Okay, this next part of the podcast is what if. I don't know what this is called yet, but it's like what if theories.
Ooh.
What if?
What if?
Okay. What if your shadow
Uh-huh.
is actually another dimension walking at the same time as you on the other side?
Oh, gosh.
So it's like the upside down.
Yeah. Oh, that's freaky to think about. Because that's the one thing that will follow you everywhere you go.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. You can't hide it.
Oh, that's freaky.
It's with you all the time.
Ooh. I don't like the thought of that.
This is really interesting. What if Santa is real,
Uh-huh.
but society is so corrupt that no one is technically good enough to receive presents?
Oh my god.
Everyone's just not like everyone's just naughty.
No one's on the nice list.
No one's on the nice list
Oh my god.
because the standard for nice has
Yeah.
been so diminished that people can't even like reach it.
that would. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's mind blowing.
Think about this: all the inner hatred someone may have towards someone, right?
Yeah.
Or things that people don't say to other people, right? But Santa knows. Santa
oh
knows.
my
Could
god.
you imagine if that was a thing?
Okay, if Santa is real, he's not doing anything right now.
He's just like, bro, my shop's been closed for 40 years. I told you this one a while back because I don't think we've posted it on TikTok, but for everyone at home, what if dogs chew on people's shoes because they know that's the last thing people do before they leave the house. So they associate the shoe with leaving, so they want to destroy the shoe.
See, that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Right? You really can't leave the house without your shoes.
So that's why dogs instinctively see that and they want to always destroy people's shoes.
See, that one makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's almost like a real. That's like
yeah.
real.
That's not
real.
even like a what if.
Yeah.
That's like a thing.
That's a thing. Hide your shoes. Moral of the story.
Yeah, hide your shoes. Okay, so on to some more news that I saw on Twitter.
With her.
So Alfred Molina was asked if Doc Ock is ever going to return.
Okay.
And he said, I cannot confirm nor deny that he's done.
Interesting.
So.
What a weird answer. Like, what a way to answer it.
Yeah.
Can't confirm it. Can't deny it.
But, we might see another Doc Ock.
Yeah, my whole thing is, I wonder if you're not in talks with Marvel, you probably could just deny it. Be like, no.
Right.
I'm not.
But.
If you are,
yeah,
you're going to say something like,
yeah.
I can't confirm or deny, right? If someone accuses you of something and you know you're not associated with it, why would you try to linger it on? You just be like, no, I'm not.
Right, exactly.
Call me, Marvel. I would love to work with you. Like, it's on, because you would probably want to say, like, no, Marvel, like, come on, like,
yeah,
I haven't been talked to you. Like, get people to go talk to Marvel to talk to me.
Especially after the success of No Way Home, right? You would think if he wasn't in talks with Marvel or anything, he would just say, like, Marvel, I'm waiting. Like, call me.
Yeah.
But nope. He tried to give us a little bit and take a little bit.
But when you look at Andrew Garfield's approach, right? He's just deny. He's like doing what we would say to do, right? If you're not attached to it.
Yeah.
He made people believe like, oh yeah, he's obviously not a part of it. He's just shutting it totally down.
Right.
And it's amazing how even when the leaks were coming out, all the leaked photos, Andrew Garfield managed to keep saying no, deny. Like, I am not in this.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe he comes back. Maybe he doesn't.
I think Alfred Molina will be back for Secret Wars. I feel that 100%. I feel like he's going to be it.
Just for at least like a split second. But so the Direct also tweeted, okay, that there was a Marvel report,
okay,
that Ultron's AI it could possibly be affecting an upcoming Marvel project.
Really?
Yes.
Ultron's AI.
Yeah. So Ultron is still out there.
Right. He kind of has that whole hive mind going.
Right. But he's coming.
Okay. What's the movie?
They just said upcoming Marvel project.
Oh, I see. So we don't know yet.
No.
It could be Ant-Man.
It could. Or it could be Captain America.
True.
We don't know.
But
we just know he's coming.
It could be the next Marvel project. Like, it could be the next one.
Right.
The one that comes out next.
The upcoming one. So we also got some Avatar news.
Avatar The Last Airbender or Avatar The Way of the Water?
The Way of the Water.
Okay.
Okay, so James Cameron
said
Avatar 3
yes.
filmed.
What?
Avatar 4 partially filmed. Avatar 5 already script is done.
Wait,
plans for 7 and 8 or 6 and 7, I mean, is already in the works.
So wait, they already filmed 3?
That's what he said.
Yeah, because I know Zoe Saldana did say in an interview, she's like talking about the with Avatar 2, and she goes like, if you guys think Avatar 2 is good, just wait till you see Avatar 3. And I was like thinking like, what? Like, how are you able to say that?
Right.
So they filmed it.
They filmed it. It's done.
Wow. I mean, it did take 15 years, right, for Avatar 2 to come out? Is that what it is? 15 years, or is it longer?
I don't even know. It's pretty long.
I think it's been at least 15 years. I wonder how they managed to film Avatar 3 so fast if it took them 15 years to do Avatar 2.
right.
Unless Avatar 2 was actually supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it was
Yeah,
just too
yeah.
long, and they're like, let's cut this into the third one.
There's also like a funny thing, like James Cameron said on set, right? His hearing is like so bad or something. Like they have to get his attention, right? They have to play like this really loud, like awooga sound.
What?
Yeah. So that's when he knows, like, oh, someone's trying to get my attention.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He said, I won't acknowledge it if I don't hear the awooga.
Wait. Okay, what I wonder is, how did they go through all the different sounds to be like, the awooga sound is what gets his attention?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, James Cameron, I would love to hear that awooga sound.
Avatar is also supposed to be 3 hours and 10 minutes runtime.
Avatar 2?
Yep.
Shut up.
3 hours, 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, how do they do that? I'm sure that Avatar 3 will be like that too, because didn't Avatar 1, that was 3 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long one.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy that
So-
they have that much footage.
3 hours, 10 minutes.
Wow.
It's
Amazing.
insane.
Well, let us know if you guys like Avatar. If you guys like Avatar, are you guys excited for Avatar 2? Are you excited for Avatar 3? Are you excited for Avatar 4? I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
The hype is getting there. We're almost there. But we also got some Mandalorian news from John
Mandalorian.
Favreau.
Oh, the man himself.
Yes.
The legend.
So he said the next season, right, there's going to be more space battles, more Mandalorians, and more surprises.
Wow. When he drops the word surprises,
It's got to be something crazy.
let's just go through the list of surprises as of recent for Star Wars, right? We get Boba Fett.
Yep.
We get, and within Boba Fett, how many surprises do we get? We got to see Mandalorian come back.
We got Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
But I mean, okay, we know when John Favreau's involved and he says surprises,
Yeah.
it's surprises.
I mean, look at Mandalorian season 2. He had Luke Skywalker.
Okay, yes.
Like,
Come on.
come on.
It
Yeah.
doesn't get crazier than that.
Oh, no. Book of Boba
But-
Fett.
Ahsoka.
Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka,
Yeah. Gosh.
Grogu.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in for a trip.
We are. I'm excited. Comment your favorite surprise from Star Wars. Out of all the movies, out of all the shows, what has been the biggest surprise?
Yeah. And we also got the Transformers trailer.
Yes.
And it looks pretty insane.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I love that it's taking place in the 90s.
Yeah. But we know that Optimus, right? He has like that OG Optimus look.
Yeah.
That's the best Optimus look.
Bumblebee's going to be in it.
Yep. I mean, Bumblebee's got the OG Camaro.
Yep.
I love that look.
It'll be good.
It'll be good.
I
A lot
know-
of action, we know. I don't know much about like Transformers lore, but
Yeah.
just seeing like the Transformer that's like an ape, and then he transforms into like a regular like Transformer.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the comics, I think it's a comic. I feel like, I don't know if it's called Beast Wars or something like that,
Uh huh.
but apparently Transformers fans really want that story to be told. So hopefully it does justice for all the Transformers fans out there.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Welcome back to Dumb Ways to Die, where I talk about the craziest and stupidest ways people have died.
Yes. Be prepared to be surprised at people's brains.
So we're starting off. Okay, there was this prisoner who was in his jail cell. Okay.
Okay. As a
And-
prisoner would be.
Yes. And he was actually given a TV because he was on good behavior. So
Oh,
they like
wow.
rewarded him with a TV.
Good boy.
Yeah. So he plugged it in, found it wasn't working right. Okay.
Okay.
So he decides to like examine the TV. He said, "Oh, there's a bad wire. I'm gonna fix it." Now, he doesn't have wire cutters or anything like that to fix a wire.
Okay.
So he said, "Let me use my teeth and bite the wire
While it's plugged in.
while it's plugged in."
Lovely.
So he bites the wire. Okay.
Yeah.
You can tell where this is going.
Yeah.
Right? He bites the wire, gets electrocuted. Now,
Yes.
you wouldn't think you would die from that. Okay? But the thing is, he was sitting on a metal toilet.
With water in the toilet.
And that amplified the electrocution and it killed him.
Wow. Yikes.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Dang, he didn't even get to use the TV
Did not get to use the TV. Had all that good behavior,
for nothing.
nothing.
Wait, what I want to understand is he's using the TV in
Like
the, on the
he's
toilet? Like,
he's trying to fix the TV
yeah.
while he's sitting on the toilet.
But hear me out here.
Not using the toilet.
I know.
But obviously his like skin is touching the metal.
Right. But what I'm trying to get at is that means his TV was by the toilet.
Probably. I mean, it's a jail cell. It's not that big.
Okay. True.
So on to the next one. Okay, so this guy really wanted to impress his friends while he's driving.
Okay.
So what he did was he put the car in cruise control and like locked it at like 20 miles an hour. Okay.
Okay, that's not too crazy.
Right. But what he decides to do is he decides to go out of the window on his car and like hang off the side of his car.
Of course. That's where it goes wrong.
Yeah. So puts it in 20 miles an hour, cruise control,
Yeah.
gets out of the car, right? Hanging out of the window, like hanging onto the side of the car.
Yeah.
His foot clips the ground, stops him obviously.
Yeah.
Car keeps going, head straight on the asphalt, died from the injuries.
So let me get this straight. He fell off the car and hit his head.
Yeah.
You know, it's so weird because I always had that fear. I don't know about you guys. If you guys have experienced this thought in your head, there's been times when I've been in the car and I'm driving, I'm like, I wonder what happens if my foot touched the ground, like when we're driving.
Right. Because if your foot stops, like if your foot hits that ground,
Yeah.
it's pulling you with it pretty much.
Oh,
You know,
that's
like-
so interesting.
Right? If you're going on a treadmill that's really fast and
Yeah.
you're like not on it yet, but then you jump on and it's like it's going, right?
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Right? It's like that.
Oh, I
But
see.
20 miles an hour.
Moral of the story: don't ever do that.
Right. And most humans can't even run like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it was going double that.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
'Cause I could see like how you could innocently think that maybe you could do it, but
Right.
obviously it's deadly to do that.
Yeah. So don't do that.
Do not.
So on to the next one, the final one. So obviously there was this couple, they were young, they were in love, right? The guy went over to the girl's house, probably a no-no because the parents were not aware.
Okay.
So girl locks him in the closet, right, with all her clothes.
Uh huh. So
Pretty
that her
tight
parents
closet.
don't see.
Right.
Got it.
So the dad doesn't find him and like go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
He had to stay in there for extremely long time. Because obviously,
How long are we talking?
we're talking a long time, like
Okay.
a few hours.
Okay.
Like that's a long time to be locked in a closet. You can't get out.
Okay.
Now, he was in there for so long, he had a hard time breathing
Oh no.
and he died because he couldn't get enough oxygen. Because all the clothes were in there and it's such a tight spot, it just wasn't suitable.
No.
So, when the girlfriend came back, boyfriend dead.
How scary of like a sight that must have been.
Right.
Gosh, guys, don't ever go in your closets like that. That's horrible.
Don't ever lock your friend in a closet.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Do not.
But thank you for watching Dumb Ways to Die.
All right, guys, moving on. I have some crazy news stories that we'd like to address. I know that the clock is ticking, so we got to keep this podcast moving. So I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible. This is a segment of fast news.
Fast news.
Let's see how fast I can do it. Japanese soccer team during the World Cup defeats Germany 2-1 with their World Cup opening match on Wednesday. Japan fans cleaned up their rubbish, cleaned up every part of the stadium where it was super clean. They've never seen a stadium
Wow.
cleaner. Not only that, after Japan won, the team were celebrating in the locker room,
Uh-huh.
cleaned up the entire locker room, left it better than they found it,
Wow.
left origami as a thank you.
Really?
Yes, for having them.
Oh my god.
Such classy individuals.
Yeah. The cleaning part, right? It doesn't really surprise me, but like leaving thank yous, like that's really cool.
It's really cool that they had that within them to like want to try to, make
Right.
it better.
Yeah, like you said, like very classy of them.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it'd be so easy, like in the moment, like you just won, right? I'm just gonna thrash the room. I'm just gonna party and not even worry about cleaning.
Especially like the stadium for the fans to clean the stadium.
Yeah. It is pretty. I really respect that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. 2 people are rescued from a plane crash that got stuck into a tower, electrical tower.
Wait, what?
So apparently around 5:30 p.m., a couple were in an airplane and it flew straight into a tower. They didn't die,
Uh-huh.
but keep in mind they were up there for hours. You can see there's pictures of and footage of the plane stuck in this telephone wire tower,
Yeah.
100 feet in the air for several hours, and they had to try to rescue them and get them down.
Oh my god. That's freaky.
It is freaky because it's like one of those scary situations where I can only imagine when the airplane's stuck in the wires, right? If it, like it's kind of moving,
Right.
and like, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna fall.
Yeah, and you have to like stay still because you don't want to like mess up the weight distribution, right?
But also, I would be worried too if you can get electrocuted by the electrical wires
Right.
hitting the airplane.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
stuck
that's
in the electrical
freaky.
wires.
Oh my gosh.
Next story is a horrible school in California has just developed a Satan club or a devil club in California. Keep in mind, this is an elementary school with ages 5 and older.
What?
There's 5-year-olds involved in this, and I feel like this is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
There's
ever
5-year-olds in
school.
this? This is an elementary school?
Yeah, a Satan club,
Dude, what?
a devil club.
See, that's not right.
Yeah, I mean that's horrible. Like a kid at 5 years old doesn't know what's going on. You're gonna
Yeah.
have him go to a Satan club? Like what?
What teacher is running that?
I don't know, but hopefully enough backlash will come about it, and they will not only, reprimand whatever teacher started it, but they can get rid of that club because that is horrible.
That's insane.
Now, on a lighter note, Drake gifted DJ Khaled for his 46th birthday or 47th birthday $20,000 toilets.
What?
DJ Khaled turned 47 on Saturday, and his buddy Drake gifted him expensive luxury toilets. These toilets, I'll tell you what it comes with.
Okay.
These toilets feature UV light cleaning system, remote control operation, automatic toilet seat open and close, night lights, built-in air dedozer. Don't know what that means.
It's coming with features we don't even know.
Heated seats and a bidet function.
Wow.
So, DJ Khaled said, he's very thankful. It was a Toto toilet maker, if you guys are interested, and the price. They're not sure exactly how much it cost exactly, but they know that Drake bought him 4 toilets. Each toilet will range from anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. So
he got the 20,000 ones.
yeah. So if he bought 4 of them, we're talking like $80,000
On some toilets.
on some toilets.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I have never seen a toilet with UV light cleaning.
What does that even mean?
So UV light is supposed to kill like a lot of bacteria.
Okay.
To have a toilet with UV light cleaning, it's literally cleaning the bacteria off your butt with light.
Are you serious? Or you think it's cleaning the bowl?
I don't know. Maybe it's the bowl too.
Could you imagine? It's like this little light.
Okay, I don't know.
Stay still.
Yeah, it might be for the toilet itself,
Yeah.
but I have never seen that. I've never seen a toilet with UV light.
I
That's
know,
crazy.
same.
I've only seen like the teeth whiteners
Yeah,
with
that's
UV
what I
light,
was thinking.
right?
I think it's for the bowl.
Yeah,
I think it is.
maybe to keep the bowl white. You know?
Like teeth.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was quick news. If you guys like quick news, let us know if you like these segments. We're trying to figure out what you guys like. Let us know.
Yeah. But after that, welcome back to Movie Details.
I like how every time I finish, you go, after that.
Or on to the next.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the first one, in Finding Dory,
Okay.
when they're at like the Marine Institute, we actually see a photo of Darla holding a fish.
Really?
Now, why would they be having that picture? Because maybe she was killing fish at the Marine Institute.
What?
Can you imagine?
Like she was like,
watch out for this kid. Don't let her in here
oh.
because she kills fish.
And that's why the photo's there.
Yeah.
Darla, you bad person.
You bad, bad person. So in Back to the Future, when Doc is showing Marty the DeLorean for the first time, right? We see them go back in time. We see Marty go to the mall, and it's called the Twin Pines Mall,
Right.
right? But then he uses the DeLorean, and he hits one of the trees. But when he goes back in time again, it's called the Lone Pine Mall.
Because he knocked one of the trees down.
Because he knocked one of the trees down.
So it went from a twin, which would be 2, to now 1.
Right.
Oh, that's really, I never noticed that. So when he goes back to the future, it is changed.
Yes. Now in Back to the Future 3, right, we see them go to Western time. And Doc is wearing like a bandana over his face.
Yeah.
Now, if you look closely, that bandana is actually made from his shirt in Back to the Future 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
It's crazy because it's super faded. You wouldn't realize, but it's actually just a really faded version of his suit.
But it would make sense that he would be using that shirt still.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one is more of like an Easter egg. So we all remember Princess Bride. Okay. Now on the 20th anniversary DVD version of the movie, if you look at the Princess Bride, like the title,
yeah,
it reads Princess Bride. But if you flip it upside down, it reads Princess Bride.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, how is that possible?
It's like
Princess Bride.
the way they wrote the letters.
Yeah.
You could flip it upside down and it still reads The Princess Bride.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
On the
how's
on the DVD version only.
That's so bizarre. How's that? I don't even understand how that's like even possible to create. Am I crazy?
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. When you look at it, it's crazy. So on to the next one. Okay. In Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
when Peter Parker, he's kind of having trouble getting his webs out, right?
Uh-huh.
We saw it, right? When he's on the rooftop,
The web block.
the web block. Okay. He tells himself, I need strong focus before he tries to jump off the roof, right?
Yeah.
So he jumps off the roof, and when he lands on the cars, he actually lands on a Ford Focus after he said, I need strong focus.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
Yeah, right?
That is so random. Like, good attention to detail, Sam Raimi. Very
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so in Up, right?
Yeah.
In the we all know the montage. Okay, so in the montage, when Ellie beats Carl up the hill that they usually like hang out at,
Yes.
we see Carl kind of struggling. But
Yeah.
in the background, you could actually see like there's like houses, like just normal houses, right? But as time goes on, and when Ellie's struggling to get up the hill, you see in the background the city's starting to be built.
Oh, time's progressing.
Yeah. And like Carl didn't want to sell his house and the city was being built around him, right?
Yeah.
And you see the city develop.
It's like a tsunami wave slowly coming.
And that's all I have for movie details.
All right, guys, this podcast is just getting started. We got the theories, we got the stories. It's going to be wild. We're excited.
Might be a little scary. I'm just warning you now.
Oh, gosh, really?
Yeah. Might be a little spooky. Fair warning.
Okay, so moving on, we got to talk about some theories.
Theory time.
Theory time. A lot of people have asked like to do some more like theories from like TV shows.
Oh,
So I thought I should probably listen.
okay.
So there's a theory that Lois Griffin is actually not Stewie's mom.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we all know that Stewie has like a crazy mind. He's like super smart, but he's not like any of his other siblings. But what if I told you there's crazy evidence showing that Lois is not his mom?
Who would it be then?
So I saw a post on Reddit, and there's a theory that actually Lois is not Stewie's mom, and it's actually Meg, and Meg is Stewie's mom.
Okay, I don't think that's true.
It is though, because whenever you see Stewie being born in the show, it's only through Stewie's perspective. You never see who the mom is. But whenever you see like Meg and Chris being born, you always see Lois. But you never see Lois when Stewie's born.
Okay, wait. I'm almost 100% positive that there's a scene where Lois is giving birth to Stewie.
Wait, they actually show Lois giving birth?
They
to him?
show it.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Because there's like a lot of scenes where you see like it's first person perspective of Stewie's life.
Uh-huh.
And whenever they show him like being born, it's always like his, like what he sees. And then whenever it's about to show the mom, like you never see it.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a scene where you
Really?
actually see it's Stewie and Lois.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. I guess I'm wrong. Well, we don't know.
We don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that there's a scene.
Are we going to like make a bet here?
You want to make a bet?
Sure.
$50.
$50.
That the theory's wrong.
All right. Well, let me know if it's wrong, everybody. If it's wrong, I'll pay him $50 on the next podcast. Comment if you feel it's right or if it's wrong. But please understand this. When you look at Stewie, okay, look at Stewie, look at Chris, look at Meg. How does Stewie come out with a football head? You know what I mean? They don't look alike.
That's true.
How can you explain that?
Isn't there a scene that shows how Stewie got his head be like that?
Oh, how?
Like, wasn't he like jumping on the bed and then Brian told him to stop that
Oh.
and he like hit his head and it
Okay.
like squished it?
Okay, to be fair, yeah, I guess so. I forgot about that. I vaguely remember the scene where his head looks pretty normal and then he gets squished.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. My evidence has been destroyed. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to send you this photo really quick. Do you know why this photo is one of the most disturbing photos to ever exist?
What's even dark about this?
So in the photo, right, it looks like a really nice, happy family. Like they're all smiling.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas photo or something.
So back in the 1980s to the early 2000s, there was a serial killer named John Edward Robinson who killed many people in a span of 20 years. And this photo is actually John Robinson and his family. And John Robinson's the guy that's sitting with the yellow shirt on. But he also has like a girl in his lap, right? And that's not his daughter. It's actually the daughter of the lady he killed the day before.
Wait, so this guy killed a lady, stole her kid, and took a picture with the kid the next day.
Yeah, so John told like all his family members and everybody that he actually adopted her. But when John went to jail, he had to ask his brother like, hey, can you take care of my adopted daughter because she's adopted and she has no one else. So all her life she thought she was adopted until years later that she realized that she actually was the daughter of a lady that was murdered by the guy and she never got to meet her mom.
Okay, that's actually really sad.
How traumatizing. At first you feel like, oh, this guy adopted me like and he's like my dad. Turns out the guy's a murderer, killed your real mom. You didn't know about it and like your whole life was a lie.
Dude, what the heck? That picture's so creepy. It's like a normal picture and then you hear all this and you're like, dude, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's literally one of the most disturbing photos.
I believe it. Because that was disturbing. Okay, so moving on. I found this really crazy story. Like, it's freaky.
Like disturbing freaky, or is it like, whoa, that was freaky?
It's like scary freaky.
I hate scary. I hate freaky in that, like, I like freaky, like, oh my gosh, that was so freaky, like, so cool, but not not scary.
Yeah, so there's actually a real life person that turned into a toy doll.
How can a human being turn into a doll?
So there was a brother and his little sister, and his little sister was like at the age of a child. So one day, the brother decided to get his little sister a gift, and he brought her home like a little doll that was dressed in red and had really short hair like cut to its shoulders. And immediately, the little girl loved the toy. Like, she did not put it down ever.
Okay.
But shortly after receiving the doll, the little girl became really sick, and she actually ended up dying from an illness. And her parents ended up cremating her body and putting her ashes next to the doll in like a little memorial. But as time went on, the brother and the parents started to realize that the doll's hair was now past its shoulders, and the house started to feel really weird inside.
Wait, so the hair on the doll actually grew?
Yeah, and at first they really didn't think anything of it, but then the hair got even longer, so then they decided to cut the hair to see what would happen. Like, they cut it back to shoulder length, and just a few days later, it grew back. So like, they made it a routine to give the doll haircuts.
What the heck? This is real?
Yeah, but what's even crazier, the parents gave the doll to a temple, and at the temple, they didn't believe like what was going on with the doll until they actually saw the hair grow themselves, and they actually started to make it a routine for them to start giving the doll haircuts. And this is actually like a real life doll. Like, people can go visit this doll.
Dude, that is so creepy. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, and apparently like the temple would take pictures of the doll as like progress photos, so you can see the hair short and then you see the hair long in the pictures.
There's some solid proof behind this.
Yeah, and the people that go visit it actually are starting to see like the doll is actually changing even more. Like, you can see the lips, the mouth is starting to open up on the doll.
That is so scary. The fact that there's dolls out there that can do that, what's
Yeah.
stopping there from being multiple?
The doll was literally growing hair, dude.
Okay. Well, that was quite... I mean, I always worry about that. Like, ever since watching Toy Story, I always remember like toys coming to life, and just the thought of a toy, like in this case a doll, coming to life. If there's one, there's many.
Yeah, I still can't believe, right? The doll was given to the little girl with the hair at shoulder length, and it started to grow. And like, the parents in the family, once it started to grow, they just started giving it haircuts. It wasn't like, we need to get this doll out of here. It's, let's just start giving it haircuts.
Yeah, that's what's so strange. You think like the first response would be like, get this out of here. Not
Yeah.
like, let's take care of this thing.
But I think they strongly felt like it was the daughter, because she loved that doll so much. I think they just felt like, oh, it's the daughter doing it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Let us know. Comment what you would do. Would you keep the doll? Would you treat the hair? Would you give it the haircuts? Would you feed it? Or would you kick it out? Bury it in the backyard? No, bury it not in the backyard. Bury it somewhere far away.
You just got to destroy it.
Yeah, you got to blow that thing up.
What's even crazier, though, like, the mouth is opening now. Like,
I don't know what to make of it. You got to take that thing to Sid's house and get it out of here. Okay, so moving on. Do you know the most stressful video games that actually make your heart work harder?
No.
So recently, scientists did a study where they had a bunch of gamers get into a room and they tracked their heart rate as they were playing certain video games. And they found that certain games actually makes your heart work harder and stresses you out way more.
I know for me, I always get stressed when I'm playing Call of Duty.
So based on this study done by Bonus Finder, they found that in 5th place is Fortnite, making your heart rate increase by 26.56%. In 4th place is Dark Souls, increasing your heart rate by 28%. And in 3rd place is Call of Duty, increasing your heart rate by 29%.
So when I'm playing Call of Duty, my heart's beating 29% more than it usually would.
Yeah, so in 2nd place is actually FIFA Football, increasing a player's heart rate by 31%. And in 1st place, the game that makes your heart work the hardest, the most stressful game you could play, is actually Mario Kart in 1st place, increasing your heart rate to pump 32% more than usual.
Wait, you're telling me Mario Kart is the most intense game?
Yeah, Mario Kart. Out of all games, Mario Kart's the most stressful.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but when you think about this now, whenever you play Mario Kart, I don't know about you, but for me, I do, after I started thinking about this, I do get stressed.
That is true, because it's like, really, like, you want to win, right?
Right, and there's so many obstacles. You're cruising, you're in 1st place, all of a sudden you get struck by lightning. You know what I mean? There's like obstacles, right?
That darn blue shell, man.
Yeah. So there's things that happen where you could see how it could get really stressful.
Yeah, that is true. Wow. Mario Kart, out of all things, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. E for everyone.
Like, it's not even like another racing game. Like, there's a lot of racing games out there, but it's Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's Mario Kart. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
All I know is that whenever I hear you playing Call of Duty, if you're yelling in the game.
No, Call of Duty goes crazy. It gets pretty intense. Okay, but Call of Duty, I yell because it's toxic.
Well, if you're actively yelling, that
Yeah.
means your heart rate's going.
Okay, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. I know I kind of already dabbled a little bit, but I think it's time to get a little spooky.
A little spooky.
A little scary, a little creepy.
This is like such a unstable podcast right now. It's like we're like so happy that it's your crazy story, and then it gets so happy, and then you're gonna hit us with this crazy, scary story.
Okay, so you should never play the game of Japanese Bloody Mary.
Wait, so there's a Japanese Bloody Mary.
Yeah, but instead of Bloody Mary, it's actually called Hanako-san. And we know in Bloody Mary, like the rules are you go in a dark room and you say Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror.
Right.
But the way to play Hanako-san is when you're at school, you go to the bathroom that's on the 3rd floor of the building of your school. And you walk in and you go to the 3rd stall. And on the door of the 3rd stall, you knock 3 times and you say, Hanako-san, are you there? But you have to knock 3 times for it to work.
Okay, so you knock 3 times and you say her name and something happens?
Yeah, so after you do this, you'll hear her voice say, I'm here. And she'll open the door and she wears like a little red dress. And she'll pull you into the stall and kill you. And there's really no way out. Like once you see her, you're pretty much going to get killed on the spot. But the only way to give you the best chance of survival is if the bathroom is really dirty because she hates that. Or you can survive if you're the top performing student in the school.
So I guess it pays off to be a good student.
Yeah. You have to be the number 1 though.
Oh.
Like it's not like you just have to be a good student. You have to be the number 1 student in the school.
So only one kid is exempt.
Yeah. Or you just have to make sure the bathroom's really dirty.
I feel like for elementary school kids it's impossible to keep the bathroom clean.
Yeah. So apparently like Hanako-san, like the origins are really unclear. Like really nobody knows like how she originated. But there have been cases of people saying like I've seen my friends get taken at the 3rd stall and they never come back.
Well, I mean when she kills you, she has to dispose of the body somehow. There's a toilet.
That's a good point.
Toilet's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go down the sink.
But there's other ways to like summon her too. Like there was one that said when you're like cleaning the bathroom, if you like use a toilet brush and you swirl the toilet like 3 times in the 3rd stall.
I wonder why she's so, or like why is it so like revolving around the number 3?
I don't know. Like 3rd floor, you go to the bathroom, 3rd stall, knock 3 times, and ask Hanako-san, are you there?
Do you say her name 3 times?
No.
Oh, okay.
But there is another way to like bring her if you say her name 3 times and you count. Like you say 1 Hanako-san, 2 Hanako-san, 3 Hanako-san, and then she'll appear.
Okay, so moving on, I have a crazy story. This one is gonna I think this is important to talk about. We must talk about this. This has to be said. And I think everyone needs to know about this.
Really?
Yeah. There's a legendary animal that we must discuss.
What?
So do you know the real life story about the cocaine bear?
The movie?
So it's based on a real life story. So in 1985, this man named Fred Myers walks out of his house, right? And he notices in his driveway, there's a dead body there. So he walks up to the dead body and he sees this young guy, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest.
Wait, what?
So yeah, there's this dead guy in his driveway. The guy's name was Andrew Thornton, who was dead on the ground. And the guy was wearing Gucci flip-flops, a satchel. He had a parachute on, and he was wearing night vision goggles.
Wait, why is he wearing all that?
I don't know, but he was found dead with 2 handguns. It's not funny, I'm sorry. But his satchel was filled with $15 million of cocaine. So this guy who was found dead was a millionaire, and he was like a drug smuggler. And before he died, he dropped $40 million worth of cocaine and dropped it off his plane, had it fall into a nearby forest before he jumped out of the airplane. And when the cocaine fell out of the airplane, a 175-pound bear got a hold of all the cocaine.
So this is how it all started.
Yeah. So the bear ends up eating all 40 containers of this cocaine. And police find him a couple days later, and the bear is dead. Okay. So they decide to get an autopsy on the bear. So they open up the bear and they find all of his stomach. Every part of his body was filled with cocaine, okay? But this story gets even crazier because the bear lives on.
What?
Yeah, so like news got around about this bear, right? Like this famous bear for eating cocaine. And like everyone's talking about this bear, and they started calling him Pablo Escobar. Like, you know, like Pablo Escobar? They call it Pablo Escobar.
That's just wrong.
So the town wanted to preserve this bear like a national treasure. So they filled him, they stuffed him so that they could like have him still live. Like the physical bear, like stuff him.
Yeah.
So they had him stored in like a local museum for all the visitors to come see.
So we can go see Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. So for years he was on display, right? And then all of a sudden a forest fire was happening. So they decided for his safety, they were going to move him to like a storage facility. And when he got to the storage facility, one of the workers noticed that he was inside the storage facility. They took him out of the storage facility, sold him to a pawn shop. Like he basically stole him out of there and sold him.
Wait, so this guy just stole the most historic bear ever.
Yeah, so then after the pawn shop, sold it to another person, and that person sold it to a country singer named Waylon Jennings, okay? And this guy's like a really big country star. And Waylon Jennings had this bear, Pablo Escobar, for many years, right? It was like a very big part of his life. Like he really cherished it. He then sold it to a friend of his that lived in Vegas, right? And this guy in Vegas was like a really wealthy guy, but he was like helping people get drugs. He's like a really bad person, like did a lot of very sinful things. Okay, let's just
illegal.
say illegal, right? That guy dies, right?
So
So this is like many years later now, right? And 2009 happens, and they need to find. They're selling all the guy's assets at auction.
Okay.
Right. So everyone's like trying to bid on his stuff, and then all of a sudden, Pablo Escobar is presented as an auction item, right? So the audience is like, who would like to buy, the iconic cocaine bear, right? And everyone's like, nah. So they start the bid off, and this guy's like, I'll buy it, $200.
$200?
Yeah.
He got that?
Yeah. So this guy, his wife absolutely hated the bear, didn't want it in the house. So the husband's like, I want this bear.
Okay.
So he takes the bear to his work, and he has it stored as like a piece in the office to be like, look guys, like advertising, like that's the bear store,
This guy got the steal of a century.
Yeah. So anyways, the guy ends up dying. I don't know, this Pablo Escobar, man, seems like whoever owns it gets screwed over, but the guy dies, right?
Yeah.
And the wife wants nothing to do with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because but she knows like, oh, it meant so much to my husband, I'm gonna keep it. So she keeps it.
Right.
All of a sudden, this company called Kentucky to Kentucky, I don't know what it is, they want to buy the bear. Right. So they say like, hey, lady, how much you want for the bear? Like, we want to buy the cocaine bear. And then she's like, why don't you just pay for the shipping and you guys can have it as long as I don't have to deal with having to transport them.
Right.
So Kentucky to Kentucky buys it, and it is now stored at a mall, like a shopping mall, where everyone can go see it now.
So we can go see Cocaine Bear now.
You can see Cocaine Bear now.
Once again.
And it's also in theaters coming soon.
Oh my gosh. Knowing this story, it's gonna make this movie so much better.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you share this story with your friends if you want people to know the backstory of the real Cocaine Bear. But that is Cocaine Bear. Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Comment if you feel Cocaine Bear needs to be seen, or should it lie and rest in the ground.
I think we need to see Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, we should see this bear.
Yeah.
If this video gets 3,000 likes, we'll go see Cocaine Bear.
They preserve the bear for a reason.
What I wonder is, okay, with the movie coming out, are they going to move the bear to the premiere, like on display?
Oh my gosh. If they do that, I hope we get to see it.
I know, I hope we get to see it too.
Oh my gosh.
That's weird. I don't know if that's weird. I don't know how to feel about it.
Gosh, that's crazy though. It all started with that guy finding a dead body in his driveway.
Yeah, isn't that weird though, how he finds them?
Yeah.
Gucci flip-flops, satchel, night vision goggles, a parachute. Apparently the guy who died, was a millionaire, and he had this obsession with trying to utilize his parachute at the very last minute. Like, he wanted to try to see how long he could go and fall without having to, release the parachute. And sadly, I think he didn't release the parachute in time. That's why he died.
That makes no sense.
I know. Stupid.
Are you kidding me? That guy belongs on Dumb Ways to Die.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. I want to talk about like another crazy story. Like I feel like we need to explore this because we all grew up watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooh.
So, okay, I feel like as a whole, if you were born in like the 90s and early 2000s, everyone knows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
You had to have watched either the show, one of the movies, or played the video games, but it's a very important topic that we must discuss.
Yeah, even if you haven't seen any of the like footage, like TV shows or whatever, movies, you know who they are.
Okay, so this story is really sad.
Oh, jeez.
This is going to really shock some people if you don't know this.
Really?
So do you know the story about how all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how they died?
What do you mean they all died?
So the story starts off with the last Ronin. And the last Ronin is the last turtle of the four brothers that are still alive. And this one turtle was able to master all his brother's weapons. Like, he knows how to use every single one. So he's like the ultimate turtle.
Dang, so he's like the best fighter out of all of them.
So the Ronin has to complete this last mission, right? And he dips his hand in this water, and it's like this toxic water. And all of a sudden he hears his brothers telling him like, hey, don't do this. This is going to be bad for you. You're going to die if you go in the water. But he knows he has to complete this last mission. So he jumps in the water and swims to the city. So he gets to the city after swimming through like this toxic waste water. And he notices like how the city's like all futuristic. There's like flying cars. There's like so many people out, but it's just a different city than he remembers.
Where's he trying to go?
So he's trying to get to like this enemy compound. It's like this huge tower. So what he does is he steals a motorcycle and he just jets over to the compound. And he's like trying to count out how many villains there are. And he revs his engine, starts going towards the fence, starts trying to make this jump, puts some dynamite in his handlebars of his bike. So then it blows up, right? And it projects him across the way, and he grabs onto the side of the building.
Wait, do we know which brother this is?
So that's like part of the mystery, right? So the Ronin gets into the building, starts fighting these robot guards, right? And these guards are like really good fighters. But he's fighting them. They're going back and forth, like punching, kicking, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, the Ronin defeats the robot. But he realizes that the robot guard is actually part human. So he's like a cyborg. And then all of a sudden, more guards, more robots, everyone starts coming towards the Ronin to fight him. And he's like trying to fight everybody off. And then more of the foot soldiers come and start trying to fight him. So then the Ronin pulls out one of his katanas. He starts trying to slice them all up and like defeat them. And he's like beating them up really good.
Is it Leonardo?
No. So then all of a sudden, all these robots start shooting these lasers at the Ronin. And he's like trying to dodge punch him, and then all of a sudden he gets hit and he falls out of the window of the tower and he just starts falling to the ground, and he's falling, going through different windows, and all of a sudden he lands right on the ground with everyone around him, and he's just like, he just fell from the tower.
Does he die?
So the Ronin's like on the ground and he's like trying to get up. All of the bones in his body is like broken. He is just messed up, and he's trying to get away through the crowd, and he's yelling at the guards like, screw this, I'm gonna get out of here. So then all of a sudden someone in the crowd tells the robot guard like, hey, the Ronin, the guy over there went in the sewer, he's over there. So then the Ronin gets into the sewer and he's like trying to like crawl back to his compound, and he's like all messed up. He feels like he's done, like he can't go on. So what he does is he lays out all his brother's weapons on the ground, and then he tells Splinter like, I'm sorry, father, like I can't keep doing this, like I'm done, I'm destroyed. So the Ronin grabs the katana, right? It's like literally broken, and he puts it up to his stomach and he just puts it inside, and all he sees is black. And then all of a sudden this image of his brothers, like he's reunited with all of them again, and they're just like having a good time. And then he's like, whoa, what's going on? And then all of a sudden someone says like, hey, Michelangelo, are you okay? And it's Michelangelo, and he wakes up and he's still alive. So April O'Neil is like literally like trying to help him, nurse him back to health. He ended up surviving.
Wait, so the only brother that survived was Michelangelo?
Yeah, and he's the last Ronin.
Oh my, okay, that gave me goosebumps. That's really sad if Michelangelo's the one.
Because think about this, like Raphael, anger, right?
Yeah.
Leonardo was like all about like the swords and artistry and being the boss. And
Right.
Donatello was all about being smart and thinking about things. But Michelangelo, his specialty was like literally just loving his brothers.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he is like the one.
That kind of makes me want to cry.
It's sad, but like in
Wow.
the story arc of this like last Ronin, all the brothers are dead except Michelangelo. So he has to kind of avenge their death.
Gosh, dude, that's really sad.
Comment if you want me to finish this story. This is like,
Oh my
I think there's like
gosh.
5 or 6 parts to this. It was like a comic book line. So
I almost got kind of teary eye.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Wow, it's
On to you. Go ahead. You could keep talking now. Your turn. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles dying anymore.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to keep the tone a little bit sad and scary here.
I feel like there's just too many scary things. Like, I don't know. Because they seem so real, you know? I guess they are real. I mean, they're real stories.
So there's a real life doll that was actually the inspiration for Chucky.
So there's a real life Chucky?
Yeah, so I saw a video by Draw the Life Tic Tac, and there was a family of 3. There was a father, a mother, and a son. And the son actually had a babysitter, but the mom thought the babysitter was really weird, so she fired her. But before the babysitter left, she gave the son a doll with button eyes and real hair.
The doll actually had real hair?
Yeah, and the son's name was Robert, so he decided to name his doll Robert as well. And he did everything with this doll. Like, he took it everywhere, and his parents would like listen to him have conversations with the doll like in his room, so they just thought he was playing until they actually heard another voice in the room with him.
Are you saying that the doll's talking to him?
Yeah, and sometimes in the middle of the night the boy would scream, and his parents would like go into his room, and they'd find him just scared in the corner of his room. And the boy would tell his parents that the doll is alive, and they didn't believe him at all. Like, they were just like, what are you talking about? And some of the neighbors even said like when they walk by the house, they see the doll staring at them through the window. So since it was scaring the son so much, the parents decided to put the doll in the attic, and it was up there for years until the boy got like super old. Like, he was an adult now, and he finally took the doll out of the attic. But what's crazy is after he took it out of the attic, he noticed sometimes the doll's expression on its face would change.
Why would he even bring it back out?
Yeah, so now the doll is in a museum, so people can go visit him, but you're not supposed to take pictures of him. Like, you're only supposed to ask for his permission to take a picture of him, because if you don't, he's supposed to haunt you forever. And in his like case, like his display, there's actually notes people have written to the doll, like asking him for forgiveness because they didn't ask for permission for his picture.
People are actually asking the doll for forgiveness?
Yeah, they're literally writing notes to the doll because apparently they didn't ask for permission to take his picture, so he's been haunting them, and they're asking him like, stop.
Dude, that is so weird.
It's freaky, right?
What is going on? Why don't we hear about stuff like this?
Yeah, and this is the doll that inspired Chucky.
Oh my god.
Like, that's crazy.
All right, guys, this next part of the podcast is called Whose Side Are You On? Where Leia comes on and tells a real life story. A real life story. Can I stress that enough? These are real people writing these stories about their lives, their personal lives. And we have to figure out who's right and who's wrong. You'll want to stick around for this because it will blow your mind at some of the things that people think they're right on. So here comes Leia.
Woo, Leia!
Whose side do you want? Is the writer wrong or right? Am I wrong for asking my girlfriend to start making me breakfast every morning?
Oh my gosh.
I, 27 male, have been living with my girlfriend, 29 female, for several months now. For the most part, things are really good now, and I plan to propose soon and hopefully have at least a couple kids with her. However, we've run up against a conflict. She's an absolute morning person. I hate mornings. By the time I force myself out of my bed in the morning and into the shower, she's already been up for at least like 30 minutes, even though she has to be at work later than I do. She likes a huge breakfast in the morning. She usually likes eggs, either French toast or pancakes, hash browns, or breakfast potatoes and sausage or bacon.
Dang, that
Sounds
sounds like a
so
lot
weird.
of lot of good breakfast.
Sometimes on weekends, it's ham or steak. She eats
What?
almost nothing for lunch and usually has a smallish dinner, but she loves a huge breakfast.
Sign me up. That sounds like a great breakfast.
Meanwhile, I only ever have cold cereal for breakfast, or maybe if I'm feeling really ambitious, some instant oatmeal and orange juice.
Quaker Oats.
I only even start to come alive halfway through my second cup of coffee, and definitely don't feel like cooking in the morning. However, my girlfriend obviously does. So recently I asked her if she'd start making breakfast for me too. She asked if we're going to trade off and if I'd sometimes make breakfast for her too. I told her no, but reminded her that
Yikes.
I do often make dinner for her. She said that since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too. I told her that there's no way I'll ever be able to muster that kind of energy first thing in the morning, but since she obviously can do that, she should just make breakfast as well. But it started a fight with her saying that it wasn't fair for me to expect her to think of me in the morning since I don't do the same for her. She seems to think that her making breakfast for me should figure into our division of labor and that I should do something extra in return. But I think that since she makes a huge breakfast for herself every morning anyway, that throwing an extra portion of whatever she's making on for me would take next to no effort on her part. So why should I have to do more for her in return than I already do? Am I wrong? Whose side are you on?
Ooh.
It's tough, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I do know when, like, if I ever cook something, like, say about this, right? You prep things, right? You say you're cooking a steak, right? You have one pan and you can't fit another steak in. You have to, it's technically longer because you're going to have to do more prep. You're going to have to get the pan ready again.
Okay,
That's
all
true.
technicalities aside though, like I would never expect like you to like make breakfast for me or like, you know.
Right, but I don't even know who's wrong here. I feel like
This one is a little tough.
the girl should, I mean, he should be willing to switch off if he's going to receive it.
Uh-huh.
But if she's cooking some eggs, I don't think throwing in a couple extra eggs is much of a big ask.
But he also said he cooks her dinner,
Yeah. But
right?
they trade off. They trade off.
I mean, if you're making a big one, you might as well just make a little bit extra.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're doing eggs, right, or hash browns, that's not much to add to like the cooking process, right? We're talking now, if we're talking steak, right, that's a whole other steak you have to add.
Right. But in my opinion, if I was the morning person making a big breakfast and my significant other asked to make breakfast for them too, I'd be like, I'm already making a big one. Might as well just
Yeah,
make it for the both of us.
you know, to be fair, I feel like you just get a bigger steak and you just split it. Like, I don't think that's much of a difference.
But even if it's like she doesn't want to do it, right? It shouldn't cause such a big fight.
Yeah. But I do feel like he should be open to doing it too.
Yeah.
Like, he can't just like say like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It takes too much energy.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to
maybe-
put in some effort too.
yeah, maybe on some days where like you know, on the weekends you sleep in a little bit, you cook breakfast.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe if she's better on the weekdays, let her cook, you know, certain days on the weekday.
Yeah, he's just being lazy at that point.
Yeah.
So the writer is
I think the writer is a little wrong.
Wronged. Yeah.
writer's wrong.
You shouldn't expect someone to cook for you, and you shouldn't have an argument over that.
Yeah. Definitely not.
All right, on to the next.
Whose side are you on? Is the writer wrong or right? Am I wrong for telling my wife to wear a hairnet when she cooks?
Well, you gotta
What?
keep it clean when you eat.
Okay, that's true.
Who wants
Alright.
hair in their food?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I love my wife, but she does not understand how gross it is to find her hair in my food. I have asked to please stop cooking for me. I am more than happy to cook for us or to order out, delivery, restaurant. I don't really care. I just hate finding her hair in my food. She refuses. She says she likes to cook, and she promises to tie her hair back, and she does for the week. Then she forgets. I find her hair in cookies, soups, salad, pasta, pizza. Oh my gosh.
Cookies.
How did I get into
How can
cookies?
you mess up a cookie? This was our first time hosting Thanksgiving. I begged her to please allow me to make the food, and she could spend the day watching football and help with the dishes afterwards. She called me silly. Her dad is not as polite as I am. He asked, "Why in the world is there hair in the stuffing?" And her mom found another hair in the mashed potatoes. I just kept my mouth shut.
How could she be shedding
my-
that much hair?
That's nasty.
I don't know. Hopefully it's like, never mind. Now she's upset with me for not helping out and letting her be embarrassed. I bought her a box of hairnets a couple years ago. I brought them out and reminded her gently that I had told her about her hair in the food. She is calling me a douche for letting her screw up our first time, maybe last time, as Thanksgiving host. Was I wrong? Whose side are you on?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Too much hair. That's way too much.
Okay.
In my opinion, the writer is not wrong.
No.
I'm saying it right now. The writer's not wrong because at that point it's a hygiene issue.
Yeah. Short hair, long hair, doesn't matter. That's nasty.
I'm still baffled on the whole cookie hair in the cookie.
How does that even happen? Because it's got to get in the
Like,
cookie dough
is
first.
it on the top or was it like in the middle?
Oh!
Like...
That's nasty.
Yeah, I remember I went over to a friend's house a long time ago when we were kids, and her mom made like spam musubi. But oh my gosh, it traumatized me forever. I found it and it was like this long hair and it like was coming out. It was in my mouth and I was like, oh, cannot.
Yeah,
Never again.
you know what
No.
really messes me up when I notice like food, like hair
Mhm.
stuck within the parts of the food, right? Where you could see,
Right.
you lift up the hair,
Oh, yeah.
and then food is still connected, like and it's like a necklace that you make in
Okay,
in
okay.
school.
Ryder, you're not
You know what I
wrong. You're
mean?
not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
Oh my god.
Ryder, you are not wrong. Get the hairnets. I'm sorry.
You already have the hairnet.
You had the
Yeah.
privilege of cooking for a long time without the hairnets, but now it's time to don the hairnet.
You were just trying to find a solution.
For you to cook Thanksgiving dinner, that's pretty bold. That's pretty bold.
All right, whose side are you on? Is the writer wrong or right? Am I wrong for hiding things from my boyfriend?
Ooh,
Oh gosh.
naughty, naughty, naughty.
So, my boyfriend has a tendency to use things of mine without asking first. Anything from skincare to food or drinks that I buy specifically for myself due to dietary needs or food preferences. It is an inconvenience, but normally I don't mind. However, recently it was my birthday and I decided to treat myself to some semi-expensive teeth whitening stuff that I'd saved up for
I'm
quite
sorry, I
some
don't know,
time.
that's funny.
I kept it in the bathroom cabinet and went to use it a few days ago, only to find it in way worse condition than I left it in. It's not even the fact that he used it. It's just the fact that he's not even bothered to ask me first. It wouldn't even be so bad if he paid anything towards the things that I get, but he doesn't. I buy all these things and he uses them, no questions asked. So recently, I've started hiding things from him, such as the whitening products and special food for myself. So far, he's not really questioned it, but I don't want him to think I can't trust him. I just want him to understand that some things are mine, and all he needs to do is respect that and ask before using or take them. Edit. Feel I should probably clarify that I have mentioned this to him before, and to be fair to him, he does listen, but it never really sticks for that long. Is there anything else I could do better? Am I wrong? Whose side are you on?
Okay. You should always ask
Yes.
for someone's permission to use their stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask and you leave it in worse condition than you found it, that's really messed up.
Yeah.
Mm, it is. It
Yeah, okay,
is.
especially-
What's that firefighter rule?
Yeah, you gotta try to leave things better than you found it. So, I mean, dude,
That's a firefighter rule?
I think it goes for life. But in terms of the boyfriend, dude, like, the writer is not wrong. I feel
Mm-mm.
like teeth whitening too. Like, really, dude? Like,
Yeah. Or like, okay, the
you're gonna
food for
steal
like,
that?
the food for her dietary restrictions to eat
Yeah.
that, that's kind of messed up
Yeah.
without
I
asking her or getting
know.
her like more after.
Or at least replace it or something.
Right.
Let us know what you guys think. I feel like this is pretty easy to decipher who's right and who's wrong here, and I think the girlfriend is right.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys think she is wrong.
Boyfriend, do better.
Do better.
Okay, whose side do you want? Is the writer wrong or right? Am I wrong for punching my mother-in-law in the face?
What? What? Wait, what?
All right. I know that the title sounds horrible, but please hear me out.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
I, 35 female, just had my second child, who is one with my husband of 5 years. I cannot be happier to have wonderful children and a gorgeous husband. My husband's whole family loves me, and I love them except for his mom. This woman this woman has been absolutely vile and cruel to me ever since I've known her. And for what? I don't know. She has made comments to me lately asking, "Oh, I guess you decided to keep the baby weight?"
Whoa.
I am
What?
5'9" and 145 pounds, and I try to go to the gym with my husband as often as possible.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You show that mom.
Meanwhile, she is about 5'5" and 170 pounds. Last week, though, my husband's whole family came over to our house for brunch. My husband's mom made comments to me the whole time, saying the food was extremely dry and tasteless. At one point, I even saw her spitting her food into her napkin.
Oh my gosh.
All
The
right, Karen.
disrespect.
Everybody else thought that the food tasted delicious, and everyone had seconds and even thirds. But what really got to me was how she treated my children.
Oh.
Ooh, here we
Mama's
go.
mad.
After we had finished eating, we were all in the living room just talking and playing games like who's most likely, etc. My husband was holding our baby and had noticed that she had used the bathroom, and he had asked his mom if she could take her upstairs and change her diaper since she was right next to him. My husband is an extreme germaphobe, so she did this and took her upstairs. After quite a while, I had noticed she had not returned. I went to check in, and my mother-in-law was slapping my daughter's bottom because she had
What?
accidentally peed on her brand new dress.
What is this?
What?
What is this?
Gosh. I
What?
pulled that woman aside so fast and punched her in the face. She ran out of the house sobbing and left in her car. Everyone ran upstairs and asked what happened. I explained to them while clenching my fists in anger. My daughter was bright red because of how much she was crying. My husband understood where I was coming from, but still insisted that I apologize to his mom. I told him that I will never even
He's
talk
weak.
to that
Get
monster
out.
of a human again. Was I wrong? Whose side are you on?
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. No one else should discipline your child except for you.
Yeah. Especially, no one should hit a kid like that. That's
It was
ridiculous.
Yeah.
an accident, too.
Obviously, they're not potty trained.
Yeah.
What are you going to get mad at them for?
That's so
Goodness.
weird. That's so weird. Good for you punching her.
Yeah, way to stand up like that.
I don't
Yeah.
condone violence, but I mean,
She started
I
it.
know.
she started it.
Yeah, she started it. Hitting your child. Come on.
She was hitting her multiple times.
Yeah. Ugh. Poor
That's
baby.
horrible.
You should have hit her harder next time.
Yeah.
Hit
Punch her twice.
yeah, punch her twice. Knock her out.
And the husband, do better. Come
yeah,
on.
do better.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You wuss. You wuss.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Comment what you guys think. Let us know who's right and who's wrong. I really question your morals if you think the writer's wrong here. But yeah, all right. Thank you, Leia.
Woo! Yeah.
Bye bye. All right, guys. If you made it this far in the podcast, thank you so much for watching. If you could leave a like on this video, we would really appreciate it. If this video gets 3K likes, we are going to be doing something. I forgot what we said. What do we say?
Cocaine bear.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go see the cocaine bear, the real life bear. We'll fly to him and we're going to go find him. Also, comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you guys saw throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week and we talked about it this week. So we'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok and we'll see you guys next Saturday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
We'll see you on the TikTok.
God bless you guys. See ya.
Love ya.